Shalom brothers and sisters. For some people, grace, the works of believers, and salvation are entities that cannot be connected in parallel. In reality, grace and works can create tension within a believer. If we lean too much towards grace, we might fall into the hyper-grace view. On the other hand, if we lean towards works, we might become trapped in legalism. Therefore, in this edition of Voice of Pentecost, we will discuss the right understanding of grace, the works of believers, and salvation. John Christopher Thomas, a New Testament professor at Pentecostal Theological Seminary, in his writings explains that we can understand the relationship between grace, the works of believers, and salvation through the writings of the Apostle John. The word grace in Greek, charis, appears 7 times in the writings of the Apostle John, 4 times in the Gospel of John, 1 time in the Epistles of John, and 2 times in the Book of Revelation. On the other hand, the word works in Greek, ergon, appears 54 times, 28 times in the Gospel, 5 times in the Epistles of John, and 21 times in the Book of Revelation. It is clear that John's understanding of grace must be seen in relations to works. In John 1 verse 14, the word grace first appears in the writings of the Apostle John. Therefore, we must understand that grace is closely related to Jesus Christ. Grace is not just about unmerited favor, but about our relationship with Christ, who is the truth. Through Christ, we know the truth and receive grace for grace. The word works in the writings of the Apostle John, as in John 3 verse 21 and other verses, has a profound meaning, including, first, revealing whether a person loves the light. Second, revealing a person's relationship whether with God or Satan. Third, unveiling a person's origin. Fourth, revealing the will of the Father, which is for everyone to be saved through Jesus. With an understanding of grace and works as described, we will no longer have a narrow view of works and consider the works of believers as legalism. We are saved by grace, through faith, and our faith must be a living faith, where living faith is demonstrated through our works. So, how does this relate to salvation? The Apostle John in the Book of Revelation gives us an idea about works, where works encompass a person's activities or actions, and the quality of their relationship with the Lord Jesus. Revelation 19 verses 7 to 8 says, "Let us be glad and rejoice and give him glory, for the marriage of the Lamb has come, and his wife has made herself ready. And to her it was granted to be arrayed in fine linen, clean and bright. For the fine linen is the righteous acts of the saints." This preparation shows cooperation, or even reciprocity, between the bride of the Lamb and the Lord. This means that the Lord, depicted as the Lamb, is the one who gives the fine linen to the bride of the Lamb. The purpose of this gift is clarified by the verb, was granted, indicating that she must wear this gift. Furthermore, in the Book of Revelation, John emphasizes the importance of works in the context of salvation. The fine linen worn by the bride of the Lamb represents the righteous acts of the saints. This shows cooperation between God and believers, where our righteous acts, such as acts of love, hard work, perseverance, patience, keeping faith, obeying the word, witnessing, serving, moral purity, and others, are our response to God's grace. True faith must be expressed in action. James 2 verse 17 says, "Thus also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead." Man's righteous deeds must be consistent with God's righteousness, because our actions reflect the God who has given salvation. In John's writings, it seems impossible to understand salvation without works, because a person's works prove whether they walk in fellowship with God and fellow believers or not. Therefore, we see that our works are not legalism, but evidence of living faith, because true faith must be manifested in action. Brothers and sisters, for a more complete explanation from our theology team, please click the link above or scan the available QR code. The Lord Jesus blesses you.